Hello, the best. 2022 is coming to an end very soon. It gave us a lot of really interesting game projects. What do players expect in 2023? An RD channel conducted a research of search requests in the gaming industry in recent months. And now we have a clear picture of what games users are most waiting in 2023. 10th place, Street Fighter VI. Street Fighter VI is an upcoming fighting video game developed and published by Capcom. The new part of the game series includes characters familiar to fans like Ryu and Chun-Li, as well as relative newcomers like Luke from the Street Fighter V expansion, who is a key player of the storyline there. The game will bring new modes including World Tour and Battle Hub, and should be easier for beginners with a modern control mode. You can count on new game mechanics like the drive gauge and real-time commentary from fighting game experts like its Real Combat. The game is scheduled for release in 2023 for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series. 9th place, Dead Island 2. Dead Island 2 is an action role-playing game with a first-person view, colorful, stylish, and stuffed with zombies. Check out the blood-drenched streets of land, meet crazy characters, chop countless hordes of enemies to pieces, evolve and become the coolest zombie fighter. You are waiting for the most intense, realistic, and bloody battles in the first person, and a variety of weapons and tactics will not let you get bored while clearing the horde of zombies. Cut, shred, burn, and tear, experience the realism of madness. The game will release on April 28, 2023 on Windows, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series platforms. 8th place, Assassin's Creed Mirage. Mirage is a tribute to the first Assassin's Creed and the classic gameplay of the series, with a focus on stealth, social stealth, parkour, and deliberate assassinations. Even the scene in many ways gives it to the original AC. We can say that this is a gift to fans on the 15th anniversary of the franchise. The game will begin in 852 in Baghdad, where 17-year-old Basim trades in petty theft. He is followed by the master assassin Roshan, who, in a difficult situation, decides to save the skilled thief and takes him to the Alamat fortress, which is still under construction, to learn the skills of the unseen. Joining the mysterious and ancient organization of the unseen, Basim will become a deadly master assassin and change his fate much more than he expected. The game will be released for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series, and will be available on the Amazon Luna streaming service in 2023. 7th place, Dead Space Remake. Dead Space Remake is a reimagining of the original Dead Space, a sci-fi survival horror game on an abandoned starship full of monsters. The game takes place in the future on board the Planetary Ripper, the USG Ishimura mining ship, which lost communication. Isaac Clarke, an engineer who has gone to the Ishimura to carry out repairs, encounters extraterrestrial organisms that have taken over the ship and struggles to survive. In the remake, players are waiting for a completely updated picture thanks to the Frostbite engine, as well as some gameplay changes. The project is scheduled to release on January 27, 2023 for PlayStation 5, Windows, and Xbox Series. 6th place, Tekken 8. Tekken 8 is a fighting game developed by Bandai Namco Entertainment. It is the 10th game in the Tekken series and the second to be powered by the Unreal Engine. In general, Tekken 8 is expected to retain the core mechanics of the previous series. It is known that the project will include a story campaign, similar to that in Tekken 7. Much emphasis is placed on the updated graphics, in addition to well-developed and detailed character models. The game will also have dynamic backgrounds in the arena, which, according to series producer Katsuhiro Harada, will give more drama on the screen. Tekken 8 is currently in development for the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and personal computers running the Microsoft Windows operating system. 5th place, Resident Evil 4 Remake. Like the original game and the Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 remakes, the Resident Evil 4 Remake will feature over-the-shoulder third-person shooter gameplay. The Resident Evil 4 Remake is expected to be scarier than the original game, with a more suspenseful atmosphere, more terrifying character designs, and darker, improved backgrounds. The player controls American government agent Leon Scott Kennedy on a mission to rescue Ashley Graham, the daughter of the President of the United States, from a Spanish village ruled by Los Illuminados, a violent cult that is under the control of an ancient parasite. The release for Windows, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series is scheduled for March 24, 2023. 4th place, Starfield. Starfield is the first new game universe in 25 years, developed by Bethesda Game Studios. In this next-gen RPG set in space, you can create any character and explore the universe while enjoying the absolute freedom. The game is based on a revised and improved version of its own game engine called Creation Engine 2. The game was developed by about 450 Bethesda employees from 4 studios located in Washington, D.C., Montreal, Dallas, and Austin. According to a Todd Howard interview in 2021, the development process for the game took over 10 years. The release of the game on Microsoft Windows and Xbox Series platforms is scheduled for the first half of 2023. Third place, Diablo 4. Diablo 4 is the 4th part of the famous RPG series, the events of which continue the story of Diablo 3. Lilith, the daughter of Mephisto, the mother of humanity, has returned to Sanctuary, and new heroes are on the road to destroy the demonic creatures that threaten humanity. The 4th part of the gameplay is closer to the 2nd part, as well as the atmosphere. It has become much darker than before. Players are waiting for 5 unique classes, completely new systems of talents and skills, a huge number of enemies, items and abilities, 5 different climatic zones, locations, PvP, dungeons, and much more. The game is scheduled to release on June 6, 2023 for Windows, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One and Xbox Series platforms. Second place, Atomic Heart. Atomic Heart is an action RPG video game in development by Mundfish Studio. Events unfold in 1955 in an alternative reality in which the Soviet Union did not collapse, has long mastered robotics and produces thousands of robots. At the Enterprise 3826, located in the mountains of Kazakhstan, robots were created for domestic needs, agriculture, and many others. For an unknown reason, the robots at the facility went haywire and attacked the staff. An agent from the main intelligence directorate was sent to investigate the incident. The gameplay is a first-person action adventure with RPG elements. A variety of customizable melee and ranged weapons are introduced. An important component of Atomic Heart is the open world of the huge 3826 complex. From the very beginning, the developers wanted the players to decide for themselves where to move and what to do. Even more than that, the developers want the players to understand the story from the game environment itself, literally from the level design. The game announced a crafting system, and weapons will be collected from everything that comes to hand. Metal parts can be found at levels, torn off from robots or from various devices. This applies to both firearms and melee weapons. The game will release on February 21, 2023. First place, Hogwarts Legacy. Hogwarts Legacy is an upcoming single-player open-world action RPG developed by American studio Avalanche Software. The action of the game Hogwarts Legacy will take place at the end of the 19th century and tells about the students of Hogwarts. The player will be allowed to choose their house at Hogwarts and attend classes at the School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, as well as explore an open world consisting of locations such as the Forbidden Forest and the village of Hogsmeade. The character will learn how to cast various magic spells, brew potions, tame magical beasts, and master other combat abilities. An important role in the game will be played by the moral system. Players will also be able to customize their character's voice, body type, and whether they are a witch or a wizard. The game is scheduled to release on Windows, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One and Xbox Series on February 10, 2023. These were top 10 most expected games of the upcoming 2023. We hope and expect that next year an avalanche of cool releases will fall upon us. What game are you most looking forward to in 2023? Write in the comments. You have watched the NRD channel. I wish everyone the realization of plans for the next year. See you in the next video. Bye bye.